Adam and Eve, according to the creation myth, Note 1, of the Abrahamic religions, 1, 2, were the first man and woman. They are central to the belief that humanity is in essence a single family, with everyone descended from a single pair of original ancestors. 3. They also provide the basis for the doctrines of the fall of man and original sin, which are important beliefs in Christianity, although not held in Judaism or Islam. 4. In the book of Genesis of the Hebrew Bible, chapters 1 through 5, there are two creation narratives with two distinct perspectives. In the first, Adam and Eve are not named. Instead, God created humankind in God's image and instructed them to multiply and to be stewards over everything else that God had made. In the second narrative, God fashions Adam from dust and places him in the Garden of Eden. Adam is told that he can eat freely of all the trees in the garden, except for a tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Subsequently, Eve is created from one of Adam's ribs to be his companion. They are innocent and unembarrassed about their nakedness. However, a serpent convinces Eve to eat fruit from the forbidden tree, and she gives some of the fruit to Adam. These acts not only give them additional knowledge, but also give them the ability to conjure negative and destructive concepts such as shame and evil. God later curses the serpent and the ground. God prophetically tells the woman and the man what will be the consequences of their sin of disobeying God. Then he banishes them from the Garden of Eden. Neither Adam nor Eve is mentioned elsewhere in the Hebrew scriptures apart from a single listing of Adam in a genealogy in 1 Chronicles 1:1-5, suggesting that although their story came to be prefixed to the Jewish story, it has little in common with it. 6. The myth underwent extensive elaboration in later Abrahamic traditions, and it has been extensively analyzed by modern biblical scholars. Interpretations and beliefs regarding Adam and Eve and the story revolving around them vary across religions and sects. For example, the Islamic version of the story holds that Adam and Eve were equally responsible for their sins of hubris, instead of Eve being the first one to be unfaithful. The story of Adam and Eve is often depicted in art, and it has had an important influence in literature and poetry. According to Christianity, Adam sinned in the Garden of Eden by eating from the tree of knowledge. This action introduced death and sin into the world. This sinful nature infected all his descendants and led humanity to be expelled from the garden. Only through the crucifixion of Jesus, humanity can be redeemed. In Islam, Adam is considered Khalifa, successor, on earth. This is understood to mean either that he is God's deputy, the initiation of a new cycle of sentient life on earth, or both. 6. Similar to the account in the Bible, according to the Quran, Adam is placed in the garden. Tempted by the tree of immortality, he sins and loses his abode in the garden. When Adam repents from his sin, he is forgiven by God. This is seen as a guidance for human life, who sin, become aware of their mistake, and repent. 7. In Gnostic belief systems, the bodily creation of Adam is viewed in a negative light. Due to the underlying demonization of matter, Gnostic cosmologies depict the body as a form of prison of Adam's soul. This soul would have been transferred by Sophia, wisdom, onto the creator, demiurge, of the material world, who in turn is tricked into blowing the soul into a body. From this body, Adam rises up and becomes a sentient being. However, to escape from the world of matter, he needs to attain gnosis. 8. Encyclopedia Britannica, home games and quizzes, history and society, science and tech, biographies, animals and nature, geography and travel, arts and culture, mana videos. Home, philosophy and religion, religious personages and scholars, history and society, Adam and Eve, biblical figures, written and fact-checked by, last updated, March 11, 2024. Article history. Summary. Read a brief summary of this topic. Adam and Eve, in the Judeo-Christian and Islamic traditions, the original human couple, parents of the human race. Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve. See all media. Category: History and Society. Notable family members: Son Abel, son Cain. In the Bible there are two accounts of their creation. According to the priestly history of the 5th or 6th century BCE, Genesis 1:1-2:4, God on the sixth day of creation created all the living creatures and, in his own image, man both male and female. God then blessed the couple, told them to be fruitful and multiply, and gave them dominion over all other living things. According to the lengthier Yahwist, J. narrative of the 10th century BCE, Genesis 2 verses 5-7, 2:15, 4:1, 4:25, 13. 2:4, God on the sixth day of creation created all the living creatures and, in his own image, man both male and female. God then blessed the couple, told them to be fruitful and multiply, and gave them dominion over all other living things. According to the lengthier Yahwist, J. narrative of the 10th century BCE, Genesis 2 verses 5-7, 2:15, 4:1, 4:25, God, or Yahweh, created Adam at a time when the earth was still void, forming him from the earth's dust and breathing into his nostrils the breath of life. God then gave Adam the primeval Garden of Eden to tend but, on penalty of death, commanded him not to eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Subsequently, so that Adam would not be alone, God created other animals but, finding these insufficient, put Adam to sleep, took from him a rib, and created a new companion. The two were persons of innocence until Eve yielded to the temptations of the evil serpent, and Adam joined her in eating the forbidden fruit, whereupon they both recognized their nakedness and donned fig leaves as garments. Immediately God recognized their transgression and proclaimed their punishments, for the woman, pain in childbirth and subordination to man, and, for the man, relegation to an accursed ground with which he must toil and sweat for his subsistence.